and he actually stopped breathing in the car. And when we pulled over to like just to do something, I was in tears and my husband was just trying to, but a police car came and actually performed CPR on my son. Thinking about.
Hello and welcome. This is a very special and hugely important new series on Channel Mum. There are no other video-based first aid courses out there for parents quite like this one. So together with St John Ambulance, we're covering the topics all parents want to know about. I'm joined by TV's Dr Dawn Harper and mums Kate and Lily. We know how important it is as a parent to be confident and reassured that we know what to do in a medical emergency involving our little ones. We really hope that by watching our videos that you go away better informed and more prepared for any emergencies that hopefully will never happen. This week we're discussing CPR. It's something we know every mum and dad worries about. This is a subject that really scares mums and dads. I know I'm terrified if I'm in a situation where I have to perform CPR on my child. I don't really know where to start. So over to you, Dr Dawn.
Well, look, it's something that every parent needs to know about and hopes that they never ever have to use. The first thing you need to do, your child stop breathing. Ideally, you want to have your child on a firm surface. You're going to need to cry for help straight away. Particularly if you're on your own, you need some help, all right? And the first thing you need to do is just check the airway. Is there anything obvious? And if there is, you use a finger to hook something out. Try definitely to get behind that object and hook it out. What you don't want to be doing is pushing anything further down. Do you want to check whether your baby is breathing? If they're not breathing, you need to give them what we call rescue breaths. So you're going to just tip the head back. That just opens the airway. Use your fingers just to tip the chin. And you can see that would just open that airway up. And in a very small child, there's no way you can pinch the nose like you would in an adult. So you want to seal your lips around your baby's nose and mouth. So you're breathing, you take a deep breath yourself and you breathe 5 times, that's what we call rescue breaths, before you go on to circulation. The circulation is, again, that point between the nipples, and you just use 2 fingers and you want to press. And you're pressing down, it's quite a firm press. So if you think your baby's chest is say this deep, you're going 1/3 down with each compression. And it's really quite fast. It's about 100 to 120 beats a minute. We tend to say to do it to the rhythm of Nelly the Elephant. Okay. And that'll give you an idea of just how fast you need to be. Okay, you're quite a fast compression. And you're doing 30 compressions and then back to 2 rescue breaths. 30 compressions, 2 rescue breaths, and you just keep going until your baby pinks up and tells you that he or she's fine, or until help arrives and the professionals can take over.
Is there an easy way to remember that sequence? So that was airways,
absolutely,
breathing,
ABC,
circulation,
ABC, airways, breathing, circulation. Okay, so you just want to make sure that there's nothing in the airway, check your baby's breathing, breathe for them, 5 rescue breaths, circulation, and you keep going back, breathing and circulation, 30 to 2, 30 to 2.
30 to 2.
So it's 5, then 30, and then you go to 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Kate, did you want to have a go at compressions?
Yes. Or? So it's best to be down on the floor as well.
It depends where you are. I mean, if you had your child on a surface,
you could be standing up.
Standing level.
Okay.
It could maybe on the floor. It's wherever there's a firm surface, which makes sense. If you've got your baby on your lap and things are a little bit squidgier on a sofa, then it's not so effective doing the compressions. That's why you want them on a firm surface.
So it would be check the airways, make sure there's nothing obstructing, and then tip their head back slightly.
Check that they're breathing.
Check that they're breathing by listening.
Or even sometimes you can see on the chest.
Okay.
You need to make sure that you've got that airway as open as you can. That's when you just tip the chin up, and that makes sense, doesn't it? If you think about it, if your baby's like that, then their airway is going to be a little bit more restricted. You're just opening things up for them.
So the 5 rescue breaths, and then between the nipples with two fingers. So Nelly the Elephant.
Yes, faster than that. That's it. It's quite fast, isn't it?
It is quite fast and quite firm as well. And then you do 30 of those, and then you'd go back to 2.
2.
And then alternate.
And you just keep on going.
Just keep going until help arrives. Okay.
So good to have like a practical go of something like that. It's really important.
And would that be the same for a newborn baby into sort of toddlerhood? Does the process change?
The only thing that changes, so you would still do the same rate, you'd do the same procedure, but what would change in an older child is that you become what we would do with an adult. So rather than sealing your mouth over the nose and the mouth, you pinch the nose and you just breathe into their mouth. And when you do that, it depends on how big their face is, okay? So you look at a lovely little one like Assia, there's no way you're going to be able to pinch her nose and seal your lips around her mouth. Whereas if you were dealing with a 4-year-old that's running around, then you would pinch their nose and breathe into their mouth alone.
So have you guys had any experiences of needing to do this with your child?
Actually, when my son, he was 5 weeks old, he wasn't himself, so we were rushing to hospital, and he actually stopped breathing in the car. And when we pulled over to like just to do something, I was in tears, and my husband was just trying to, but a police car came and actually performed CPR on my son. Honestly, thinking about.
Oh, bless you. That is
No.
a really hard thing to go through.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Apologise.
Do you know, and that's why we're doing this, is that actually it's every parent's nightmare.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of thing that we all need to know about, and we all hope beyond hope that we never have to need. And you know, thank goodness that they did come past and that they knew what to do. And I think, you know, when we're, it's all well and good, you know, people can read about these things, and there are all sorts of leaflets that you can get to read. I think seeing this is much better than actually reading. We know that you probably retain about 10% of what you read and nearer 95% of what you see. But there are also courses that everybody can do where you can actually physically, St John Ambulance run courses where you can physically get your hands on a little model like this and feel what it feels like.
We'll leave a link to those courses in the description box below, actually, because as you say, it kind of goes into your memory better, doesn't it? If you can actually get your hands on one of these dolls and have a go, which is what I'm going to do now. Right, let's see if I can remember what Dr Dawn has taught us. So, we're going to do airways first. Check the airways are clear. If you can see an object in the mouth, hook it out, getting your finger behind the object so it doesn't go further into the airway. And then we're going to listen to hear if the baby is breathing, and you can observe that as well. And then we're going to move on to giving some rescue breaths to the baby. So I'll tip the baby's head back. I would give 5 rescue breaths, covering the baby's nose and mouth with my own breath. Because the baby is small, so we want to go for the nose and the mouth. When I've done that, I will go on to some chest compressions. So find between the baby's nipples, which is about here, 2 fingers, and I'm going to do 30 of these. And it's important to know like sort of the beat you're going to do. So you said about Nelly the elephant. So I know the words to Nelly the elephant, so if you do like, Nelly the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus, off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 which you feel silly doing that right now, but actually it's really fast.
It is fast,
yeah.
And actually it really does help. I've had people say to me, just knowing that you've got, and also it actually helps you kind of get into that rhythm and to do it and not to be thinking so much about the enormity of what's going on.
Yeah, just focus
about what you're doing.
Okay, so I've done 30 of those, then I'll go back to 2 breaths over the baby's mouth from my mouth, and then back to 30 compressions, and keep doing 2 and 30, 2 and 30 until an ambulance arrives. See, just doing that has made me feel so much more confident. That if I am faced with this situation now with a child, I would know what to do. So thank you so much, Dr Dawn. That is why we are here doing this. We really hope this has been helpful. Who else looks after your little ones though that should watch this now? A grandparent, a partner? What about friends with little ones? Please share this video now to save a life. A massive thank you to St John Ambulance for helping us create these videos, and of course to Dr Dawn and our lovely mums for being here today. Don't forget to check out the rest of the videos in this series. They're all on channelmum.com. We would love you to leave us a comment and join in with the conversation.